Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Shadowrun Hong Kong. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as I continue to investigate the murders, the series of murders in the Whampoa Gardens. So let's speak with Rainbow up here. Hi Rainbow, weird name. Are you a dancer, maybe? Nah, she doesn't look like one. This woman sports brilliantly hued hair that shifts colors, scintillating with every passing moment. She is powerfully built, a natural athlete, or someone who works out a great deal. Notably, a large shotgun rests on an arcade cabinet next to her. She affords you a short glance as you approach. When she speaks, you know the peculiarly lyrical accent to her voice. Something I can help you with there, friend. You're throwing off my game, and I'm trying to beat my best score. So, Tank War Europa? I haven't seen one of those cabinets in years. The woman's mouth twists up in a wry grin. Me neither. Managed to find this one near by accident. But I heard the music and thought, hold there, Rainbow, you know that tune. After a few moments, Rainbow's game is suddenly over, her tank obliterated by a barrage of air-to-ground missiles. She hisses her breath in through clenched teeth. Piss on your ma! I'm not a right robbery, that was. Right then. Rainbow shakes her head again and turns to face you fully. You don't seem like them Whampoans. They're all my touched, yeah? Yeah, maybe you are too, but you don't advertise it like they do. What's your story? Well, I'm looking into the murders that have been happening. That's some nasty work. Bodies hacked up, chunks bitten out of them. Make sure you're loaded for something big and ugly, that's for certain. So, what are you doing in the Whampoa Gardens? Me? I'm a bit of a big game hunter these days. I get into strange places, look for some kind of para-creature I've not seen before, and then I put a bullet in it. Only the nasty ones though, no point in hurting a Tally's cat or such. That's only things like gargoyles, barghests, and whatnot. All the work I did with them in my youth does a good job of keeping me alive. I was out of Jakarta last year. Jakarta? So that's from Indonesia. Yeah, pretty sure. Hunting one of them, Indonesia vampires. You ever heard of them? Call them Penanggualans. Hey, I've heard of those before. Penanggualans? I don't know where I've heard of that. Not in this game, that's for sure. Their heads and guts come out of the body cavity, and they fly around like a giant messy pile of pasta. Ugh. Took me a solid 2 months to track it down, but I did. Once the job was done, I asked myself, okay, Rainbow, where's the best place in East Asia to find some action? So, Hong Kong it was. All the kiwatsis in here mean a bigger concentration of odd creatures than you'd usually find in a city. Been spending a lot of time down in the storm drains these days. Heard a rumor of a rat king there, where a mess of devil rats get all tied together into some kind of big, awful rat beast. Haven't tracked it down yet, but I figured it's only a matter of time, yeah? She pats the barrel of a shotgun affectionately. So, where are you from? Can't place the accent. Born and raised in Dublin, down on the banks to the Liffey? Don't know. Spent most of me early life there, working security on sacred spaces. You know, historical sites or undeveloped land. The Green Movement was big in those days. It was a bit like being a park ranger, but sure didn't it beat some dead-end desk job. Spent a lot of time around County Dublin and Wicklow. I always loved animals, and I found out being a ranger put me in close with them. It was good times, yeah? Making sure the budding new species like the boggies or centaurs didn't upset the ecology of Wicklow National Park much. Also kept the nastier bits like the what the hell is that? Well, I don't know what that is. From running amok across populated areas. What's that? A neat whiskey? Yeah, that eat whiskey. Yeah, I don't know. Just a word for water. Water? Which is how whiskey got its name. Seriously, I didn't know that. It's a cannibal horse. Cannibal horse? What the hell does that mean? Does it eat other horses? Well, if you ever heard of an niche whiskey, be glad it drags you into a box to kill you. Sometimes people call them kelpies on account of the water plants they pop out of. Anyway, as I was saying, problem was I started to develop this wee knack. Just a small thing. I keep magic from working when I'm around. Spells don't go, spirits fall apart, and the para creatures get really feisty, yeah? That makes things worse, this was around the time Liam O'Connor threw his coup and formed Tir Na Nog. With all his fancy talk about elves and ancient magic, it was a bit scandalous to have a woman guarding ancient sites that wasn't just mundane, but also killed magic around her, so I got fired. So you're older than Tir Na Nog? Bang on, and I don't look a day over 25, do I? I'm Irish, not one of them noggins, pack of punters and a lot of them. Anyway, going on about their ancestral lands and the glory of the past and all that bullshit. I saw them kick dozens old Irish families off their land just because their ears weren't pointy enough, or they didn't meet some stupid arbitrary criteria of old nobility. It was that kind of thing that brought back the IRA, just like in the bad old days of the Troubles. The skeevers in the new tier didn't pay for the land they took. They just had a pack of bullies with guns. I've always been sympathetic to the little guy in a fight. They offered to pay for my help, so I said, yeah, simple as that. They became a terrorist? Nah, she's not a terrorist. Don't be so dramatic. They fixed me up with a cyber stitcher and gave me a lot of the kit I've got in me now, in exchange for going overseas to work for them. Smuggling, running guns, making contacts in Europe, same kind of shit all revolutionary groups do. Seeing as how my own fam got kicked out of their house, I was glad to do it. I still do work for them these days, but there's a lot less of it. Lady Di cracked down on dissidents, but good. So okay, see you later, Rainbow. You don't seem to be like a suspect. Hailing from the fair lands of Ireland. Never been there myself. So got Wing K Quack. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Quack Atelier, home of the finest clothing in One Pa Garden. I'm the owner, Master Tailor Wing K Quack, sorry. How may I serve you today? I didn't expect the One Pa Garden to have a tailor's in it. Many people don't. There's a mistaken impression that we Wampans are only interested in technology and the Matrix, but even technologists need clothing, don't they? And many of us are in lines of where added... What? That's a typo right there. Many of us are in lines of where added protection is required. I myself am a materials specialist as well as a keen follower of fashion trends. So what kind of materials science? Fiber related, of course. Primarily aramid fibers, graphene composites, and dilettants. It affords me a certain unique perspective when designing clothing that is not only beautiful, but defensive as well. I specialize in high fashion body armor, similar to the kind crafted by SecureTech or Vashon Island, but with a much more personal touch. So, you're a trader, show me what you have. So, let's buy some body armor, shall we? We have... Armor 4, Armor 3. What kind of body armor do I have? Let me see. I got Armor 1. That is not good. Not good at all. So I'm gonna buy yours. I need 4. Actually, let me see. I forgot about that. Goodbye for now. So let's go over here and let's see if indeed my friends have... Oh, okay, so their outfit is locked. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, so if it's locked, I can't move it, which is bad. Why exactly is it locked, though? Don't really understand that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's first buy this good-ass body armor right now, because 4 armor seems to me like it is a good thing. Let's confirm that. Oh, okay, so can I give it to, for example, Duncan? No? What? Oh, yeah, okay, so I can only carry 1 out, so what? Loaned. Oh, so I see how it works. Cannot remove outfits. Seriously? Okay. Oh, you're the guy who was gonna get, So, show me what you have. I don't really know why I'm talking to you again. Let's go with this. So, last gen line coat. Let's go with that. Secure tank, armored clothing. Let's go. And I don't have enough money for the rest. But that's cool. That is totally cool. I'm gonna get this. And I am also gonna get, let's see, so this is armor 2, so that's pretty nice. That's armor 4, I know. There's armor 1, so we're gonna get this, Rector. And this is gonna be... Can I sell you stuff though? Sell items. Secure clothing. I'm gonna sell you this, and also gonna sell you this, because I don't think I'm gonna need it. Every time the user attack, strength increases. Nah, not needed. Not really needed. So, for now, it's all good. It's all good. Let me just exit this and say goodbye, Miss Quok. So, let's get the hell out of here, because apparently there's nothing for us in here. I would think that okay, there's a guy over there. Min Vuong. Vuong? What hell kind of name is that? Can you please speak with me? Miss Vuong? The owner of the shop barely looks from his PDA while greeting you. His tone is one of immense boredom. Welcome to Min Vuong Matrix Materials, aka MVMM. What can I get you? So show me what you have for sale. Nothing. I can't buy anything because I spent all my money in armor. On armor, sorry. Anyway, this guy's bored. Let's go outside because there's nothing for us in here that I can see. Let's go back to the Wampa Garden and let's keep talking with people. We had a mission. We had a let me go over here. We had yeah, get the key to the Magpie's shop. That's our optional objective, but how do I get that? Was this guy that told me about that? I think it was. Let's see if this guy has the key. So, what can you tell me about Elder Magpie? Wampa snorts, shrugging his shoulders. It was a bitch. Then I've never met anyone as deliberately contrary as her. There's not much to say. Nobody wanted to hang out with Magpie. Even though she was the newest elder, she acted high and mighty around everyone. She'd block deals and argue against Nakamura and just because she could. But why was she so contrary? It was just her nature, I guess. She loved fights and gossip. Any chance to cut somebody else down, she'd take it. I guess I always figured she had some deep-seated insecurities and covered it up by attacking other people. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to get the key from you, am I? Didn't that guy tell me that the elders would be able to give me the key? Okay, hi Mergo. I didn't see you before for some reason. Let's speak with you. Can I speak with you? Thank you. This man has a tired, world-weary demeanor about him. His eyes track your movements with a penetrating, critical precision. Something about him, the lines about his eyes, perhaps, makes you suspect he's seen a lot of terrible things happen. He lifts his cup of sheep's soy calf as you approach. Let me guess. You're the freelancers the elders are paying to look into the murders around here. That's right. Who are you? Call me Mergo. I'm one of the Wampa ones, but I've been here long enough that they don't think twice about being here. About me being here. Mergo drains the last of his soy calf in a large gulp. So, what's it you've found so far? You're awfully curious for a random guy. Professional curiosity. I used to be with the New York Police Department as part of their Dramaturgical Research Division. Part of the CSI branch, except I did the magical investigation while the other guys pulled prints and checked blood samples. The Mergo tosses the soy calf cup towards a nearby garbage can. It bounces around the rim and rolls inside, so good. When I hear about the shit like this happening, yeah, I keep my ear to the ground. Old habits, you know. So why aren't you investigating it? Eldon asked me to look into the killings after the first murder. She couldn't afford my fee, though, so I took a pass. It's not just the money, either. And you see, that stuff day after day, you pay a price. It eats away at you. You know what it's like to feel all that sickness and anger every day? To be asked to pick up a murder weapon and relieve somebody's death? Feel it going into your neck? Pleading in your voice of a dead woman for her killer to spare you? These days, I'd rather interrogate the living, thank you. Oh man, that sounds awful indeed. Awful. It's more than awful. It's a goddamn nightmare is what it is. One I couldn't wake up from for a long time. Sometimes you have to cut and run. Start fresh. At least now I can pick up my own jobs. I can read objects. That's called psychometry. A little trick I managed to pick up. Don't really know how, but you know, I hold something. I can tell you what happened to it, who owned it, how it killed someone, if someone loved it or was afraid of it. Useful, but it'll tax your heart. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to read anything for you. I already told Nki I didn't want any part of this. You want advice? I'll give you that, but I'm not getting drawn into it any further. So aside from that, is there anything I can help you with? So what can you tell me about the Wampoans? Let's start from the beginning. I don't know much, even though I've been here for almost 2 years. I'm an outsider. They don't really accept anyone who's not as much as a tech nut as they are. I'm just the crazy mage that lives down the road. Ip's got some heavy-duty cyberware, basically an enforcer for the rest of the council. It doesn't seem to set much policy. Nyingin is a shaman that worships machine spirits. It's all a bunch of hokum, if you ask me. Magic is magic, whatever you want to call the source is fine by me, but don't ask me to believe in some great spirit of the electronics. As for everybody else, they tend to be an okay bunch. A bit strange, but that's fringe culture for you. They scrounge tech, rebuild it, sell it off. Some of them even have their own artifact shops. Yeah, no, it's just a guy. Just a guy right behind me. Oh, should be. Anyway. Is this him? No. This is Duncan, yeah. Their stuff's pretty high quality too. Plenty of people from all over Asia come to here if you need something rare or unusual. Tight, neat little community, all things considered. So what do you know about the murders? It started a couple of weeks ago. Elder Gan was the first to go. So when Nigi asked if I could look into them, it was ripped apart, arms wrenched out of their sockets, skin flayed away with a razor-sharp knife. The rest have been the same. Whatever did it sure didn't care about it being a clean death. The Mergo lowers his voice, leaning in towards you so that only you can hear. The funny thing is, the Hong Kong police force was out here a few weeks before that. Maybe a month ago, tops. I know that doesn't seem like much, but the Wampoans don't usually let the police in here. That by itself is odd enough, but it gets even stranger. The officers were loaded for bear too. Big guns and heavy armor with NBC seals. The works. They went into the parking garage near here, and there was some kind of gunfight. Never made it back out. When backup showed up, the Wampoans chased them away. Why would they let cops in here and then chase them away? That's exactly the kind of question you should be asking, and that the elders refused to answer when I asked. Well, take a look for yourself if you want. Watch out though. Gangs taking up residence in there, dealing drugs and BTLs. They call themselves the Red Spear. Not too violent if you don't push them, but be careful what you say. Okay, so yeah. Tong wasn't afraid when he died. It was caught by surprise. That's not what I would have expected. With the amount of mass at each scene, the victims should have left behind a hell of a lot of fear and pain. Are you sure? Very sure. Tong died tonight, so the astral signature hasn't had time to fade. There was only a sense of perfunctory accomplishment. Then it sounds like this wasn't a crime of passion. A planned attack would have that kind of resonance, in my experience. It's possible the gore show is just to throw off people looking for the actual reason. Yeah. If I wanted to kill someone and get away with it, I'd try and point the finger at some kind of monster. Oh. Basic Investigation 101. It's usually the simplest explanation, but don't discount other possibilities. Oh, you think the mask wasn't incidental? It's a possibility. Ask yourself this. If the mutilation happened after Tong's death, why would a killer perform that kind of ritual? Why indeed? Serial killers who engage in that kind of ritual don't feel perfunctory about it, in my experience. It tends to feel more like they're taking communion. It's a religious or sexual feeling most of the time. If this didn't feel that way, I don't think the killer is actually pathological. Wait, so I got it all wrong last episode, so I thought that it was Tong, the dead dude. There was Tong who had felt that profound sense of accomplishment that Seal was detecting, but apparently it was the killer? Nah. Seriously? Why? Didn't get that feeling though. Now we'll see. Tong was killed by a bladed weapon, a single strike to the base of his neck. Oh, that's a precious attack. Most knife fights end up with a lot of shallow cuts and blood over the victim and attacker alike. If Tong was killed by a single strike, he definitely wouldn't have seen it coming. You can bet your last Duyan that whoever killed him is highly skilled with a blade. That says to me that the attack is either a professional hitman or a practiced serial killer. It could be both, too. Assassins don't tend to be the most empathetic people. Was the attack a thrust or a cut? It was a slash. Why? Oh, if the wound was a thrust, your attacker was using a knife of some kind. Anything over about 10 inches would be pretty hard to trust with that kind of angle. The neck's too high for a longer blade. If it's a slash, you're looking at a sword or a cleaver attack. Both of those are popular with the triads. They make an awful mess and send a message that they're not to be trifled with. Well, okay. See you later then. See you later. So we got more people to speak with, and we got an optional objective. Oh, that points me to here. I didn't see that before, did I? Well, let's go there because I need a key. I really want that. I really want to go there. I really want to go and check out the Magpie's shop. So where is the objective exactly? Is that it? It is here. Hi, Elder Nigga. Will you give me a key now, please? Is there anything we can do for you, Seal? Oh, why did I give you that raspy voice? I don't know. Well, why didn't you tell me about Elder Magpie disappearing? Why would we have? Her departure from the Wampawans isn't related to your investigation. It happened before the killings began. I'm certain she's off sulking somewhere. Sulking somewhere. No doubt she'll come waltzing back next month, all full of attitude that life dared go on and without asking her permission. Oh, if she does, we'll welcome back. We'll welcome her back despite our problems with her behavior. Her skills make her extremely valuable. I've taken over maintenance of our Matrix infrastructure in her absence, but I'm nowhere near her level. The best I can do is ensure nothing breaks down until she returns. Well, I still like to take a look at her shop. Do you have the key? Yes, but there's a lot of sensitive equipment in there, including our community servers. We don't let anyone who's not one of the One-Power Elders in there. Why would you need to look around there? Listen, if you wanted me to find a killer, you wanted me to find a killer. If I'm going to do that, I have to explore every possibility. Although I'm kind of exploring the possibility that you might be the killer, but we'll see. We'll see. Very well. Take the key and look around. Just don't break anything or shut the servers off. Okay, so I got the key. So why did you let the HKPF into One-Power Garden last month? Tang is taken aback by the question. For a long moment he says nothing. When his composure does return, he speaks deliberately and with great care. We generally don't let the police into One-Power Garden, it's true. But in this case, we made an exception. The police were very polite and offered to look the other way over some of our dealings with the Loho-Toan pirates. They also made it clear that if we refuse, they might not only take an interest in our deals with the pirates, they would also call in the Special Duties Unit and force their way in. We have repelled the Hong Kong police force before when they've tried to push us around. We could probably drive off the Special Duties Unit as well, but the cost in blood would be too high. Well, since they weren't hunting a Wampoan, we saw no reason to refuse their request. So, what were they doing in Wampoa Garden then? They didn't say, and we didn't ask. So how did you know they weren't hunting a Wampoan? Anyway, the HKPF isn't exactly forthcoming about their business, and we have found that the less we know about their interests, the safer Wampoa Garden is. When you take an interest in the police, they return the favor. As far as I know, they went into the parking garage, there was a gunfight, and the police never came out. More showed up a few hours later looking for their missing officer. We didn't let them in, though. We just delivered what was left of the bodies to them. Why didn't you let them in? We were willing to allow the group of four in because they asked politely. When the reinforcements arrived, there were over 30 of them. We couldn't risk the rest of the police setting up camp in our streets. It would have been a circus and disrupted our lives and businesses. Okay, so I'll be going. I have what I need right now. I have a key. Let's go back outside to the Wampoa Gardens and try to find out what's going on with Magpie's disappearance, because I'm pretty sure. So where is my next objective? Checkpoint. No. Why are these guys huddled over here? I don't know. I just don't feel safe here anymore. Okay, no. Okay, it's totally fine. Go away. Just don't bother me. So where exactly is Magpie's shop? Is it in here? Let me see. Optional, get the key to Magpie's shop. Find out... Oh, I don't see the objective, though. Oh, investigate the parking garage. I don't see the objective. Could it be in here? Magpie's shop. Is it here? Nah. Don't think it is. Yeah, it's not in here. Yep, okay. So we're good on this front, at least I do think so. Let's go out again. And I kind of wanted to go to the garage, but I don't know what it is. I have no idea where it is. Is it here? Nah. Yeah, the quest marker isn't pointing me to the right direction either. Okay, so I got a couple of important objectives. I would think... Oh, Breaker Hui and Mojnebi. Hi. The man in front of this stall is rooting through a box of music ships with the swift fingers of someone who knows what they're doing, what they're looking for. Behind him, a music player pumps out a constant stream of distorted atonal music. The stall's proprietor is nowhere to be seen. Can you believe this? They've got 4 bootlegs of Echelon 60, the unreleased Enoch Yan Keys double ships show the Brazzaville, but absolutely 0 ships from Shotgun Bloom. This stall stuff is purely second-rate. You're right, that does suck. Shotgun Bloom's one of the best bands I've ever heard in years, easy. Oh, see? Your friend gets it. Real talent, Deku, like nothing I've ever heard before. Moj Navi at your service. Decker, technologist, music fan. You're not from around here, are you? You don't hold yourself like a native. Well, not a one-poen garden, no. Oh, I thought so. What brings you out here? I'm trying to find out who's been killing the elders. Oh, that's a nasty business. I heard Tong died tonight. I don't know who or what they pissed off, but it seems like a really bad scene. I'm trying to keep my nose out of it. Still, I like this place. Is there anything I can do for you to help? So what can you tell me about the one-poens? We're a collection of freaks, geeks, nerds, and tech junkies. This place may look like a third world bazaar, but believe me, we have stuff here that's cutting edge in almost every field. Maybe it's not as advanced as the stuff that Mega has have in their development labs, but it's as advanced as anything you'll find in a store. People come from all over the world to buy and sell here, and work out deals for big shipments. We've got contacts with every pirate and smuggling group in the South China Sea, and every major syndicate and gang in the free enterprise zone knows not to mess with us. Not only are there a lot of us, nobody wants to lose what we're selling. The Red Dragon made a play 4 years ago, but we chased them out. Scooted off back to Homantine, and they've never been back. Well, sounds dangerous. You must have pissed them off then. It's all about playing the angles, really. Yeah, it pissed them off. But then we sold goods to the Yellow Lotus at the discount. In exchange, the Yellow Lotus kept them off our back. You don't have to beat up the big guy to win. You just have to make him step back so the other big guys see he's off balance. Stand-up fights are for Megacorps. We're about survival, just like everybody else in the shadows. So do you know anything about the murders? I'm trying to stay as far away from it as possible. I'm not connected enough to hear anything important. And all the talk about monsters is just plain dark. I'm not afraid of monsters, but yeah, I don't know what to get their attention. I don't want to get their attention. Yeah. All I know is that a couple of months ago we had elders Nakamura, Yetende, Gan, and Magpie, and now we don't. Yeah, I've heard about Magpie. Sounds like she was kind of vicious. To be blunt, she's a hateful, shrewish old badger of a person. It was always her way sorry, I can speak. It was always her way or the highway. She'd butt heads with the other elders over damn near anything. Last fight she had was with Tang over something or other. I guess she ended up throwing some of his micro drones into a deep fryer, threatening to kick his ass around the block. What was her line of business? Matrix gear. Her shop's called the Jackpot. Oh, so that's the shop that I'm looking for. Not very imaginative, you know. She always had the hottest programs, best ships, and made some killer decks for anybody willing to pay her rates. It cost plenty of Nuyen, but she was one of the best in the business, at least in Hong Kong, that is. If you want to know more about her, you should talk to ZP. He is one of the only people around here who got along with Magpie. You can probably find him by the MTR station. He loves the steamed bun card over there. So what's your area of expertise? Decking? Yeah, I'm a decker. I used to be a company man for years, pushing code on their servers, smearing the little cyber pukes that would try to get into our secure system. I made a pretty good living. I had my own place, and on the 48th floor in a corporate skyscraper was the kind of thing the Sims teach you everybody reaches for, the dream life. So how the hell do you end up here? I found out the company wasn't what I thought it was. Sure, they paid me well and kept me in creature comforts, but I accidentally looked over some misfiled reports while cleaning out a company data store. Turns out one of the company's security riggers had gotten drunk and blabbed about some project or other being over budget and behind schedule. That's not good. And be a fireable offense, right? Well, I guess upper management was worried that the info would hurt their stock ratings by a fraction of a point or two, so they fired the guy with a 0.38, with a 308 basically round, right through the skull. Whoa, that seems drastic. It may only have been fractions of a point, but that was still tens of millions of nuyen. I guess that went beyond the firing offense directly into murder territory. What's worse, since I now knew about both the project and the murder, I could be the next in firing line. I knew I wasn't worth the expense to hunt down, as long as I kept my head down. So I came out here, looking for a like-minded deckers. I guess I ended up staying because I could get a semblance of community out here, and I couldn't get that many other places. Oh, okay, see you later, Mo. See you later. Mo? Mo is the... Isn't Mo the name of the guy from that bar in The Simpsons? Mo? Yeah, it is Mo. Yeah. That guy didn't look like him, though. Kinda nice looking, though. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the episode right here. I am Colonel RPG, and this has been Shadowrun Hong Kong. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!